Hi guys, welcome back. Today I've got Georgia here again and we're just going to do the perfect event makeup today. Just starting off with brows and filling them in with a little pomade. Just making sure I fill in all the sparse areas with little brush strokes. We've also moved the camera a bit closer today so you guys can see in more detail what we're actually doing. I took your guys' advice, so yeah. Then I'm just carving underneath the brow with an eye primer that has a concealer built into it. Just go under the brow and cover any brow hairs that don't need to be there. Georgia's growing her brows out, so there is a bit of hair underneath that we want to cover up. Then I'm just making sure to cover the entire lid with the base. This way it'll cover any veins or discoloration on the lid, so the eyeshadow can stand out as much as we want it to. Just taking a light white colour and setting that base with a fluffy brush. This way the base isn't sticky and the eyeshadow won't cling in funny places. Then I'm just taking a light brown to smoke over the transition and the outer V just to get those dark tones going. I'm just using windshield quick wiper motions on that outer V just to get that colour really in there and then smoking it back into the crease with a bigger windshield wiper motion. I'm pretty much just using any variation of brown shade and just going darker and darker until I get the desired look, but definitely start off light and then go to dark. It just makes it so much more smooth. Then I'm just taking a little bit bigger of a brush and just blending more colour on top of that. We just want it to look smoky and seamless. I'm then just taking a darker colour and smoking that in the crease and also adding that to the outer V in just little dotting motions. And this is when we start getting darker with the colours, so I'm just taking a smaller brush and kind of pressing it with a windshield wiper motion into the outer V, just getting that nice smoky look. Because Georgia has blue eyes, dark eyes really just make them pop. And this is why I do my eyes first, because all the fallout goes underneath, so we're just wiping that away before we continue. I'm also just taking a bigger fluffier brush with the light brown colour and just making sure it's smooth from the brow downwards. We don't want a stark line. Then I'm just adding an inglot pigment to the eye, creating a half cut crease. A pigment is a bit less glittery than just a standard glitter and looks like a sheen or a shine, and it's really pretty. Pigments also photograph really beautifully on the eyes, especially on nights out. Then I'm just taking one of the other brushes I was using before and connecting, making it a smooth transition, and then just smoking out the outer corners again to make it even darker. As you can see, this look is requiring a lot of blending, so it just takes patience to get that seamless, effortless look, and it really does look 100 times better when you spend more time, more blending, and adding more colors to make it darker. For my next video, guys, I am going to be using a different model who is blonde, and I of course will still use Georgia, but we just thought we'd change it up with the face a little bit, so expect that very soon. I'm also just blending a colour above the little cut crease so it doesn't just look like a stark white little line. Then I'm just doing a little line on the lash line. I'm not doing a wing or anything, just a simple line as a base for the lashes. Then I'm just taking some faux mink lashes and sticking them on Georgia's eyes, making sure to pinch her real lashes and the false ones together, making sure the inner and outer quarter are stuck down. I also sometimes put glue on top of the lash just to glue it down even more, especially if you're going out for an event. You want them to stay on as long as possible, even till the next morning sometimes. Then I'm just taking a mascara and blending the lashes 100% so they look like they're almost just extensions on her eyes rather than completely false. And yeah, sometimes doing mascara on other people is really scary, so I normally ask my clients to bring their own mascara as well. It makes it a lot easier. Then we're just starting with the base. I'm using an illuminating primer just to put down on George's face. I like to use my hands for this step just to really press it in, but also like you want to make sure your hands are completely clean. Then I'm just adding some foundation. We did start with a dark color because like it's hard to match George's face because she has some freckles, so it does look darker, but then you look like in the mirror or in the camera and it's really dark. So we went in with the lighter one over top, which I would normally do 2 layers of foundation anyway, so it just made like the perfect color for her. So here's the light color slowly going on. When doing your foundation, especially for an event, you want to make sure you're really pressing the product in all the little nooks and crannies, making sure you blend it through the ears, behind the ears, down the neck. You want it to be seamless. Even if your client's like wearing a high neck dress, I would still blend it down. They can always wipe it off if they don't like it, but it looks 100 times better when it's all blended. I just really like using a beauty blender for foundation as well, especially on clients. I find it's so much more like better for them and less rough than a kabuki brush would be. Then I'm just doing some concealing, making sure under the eye is completely rid of dark circles or any veins. We also do a little bit on the nose, in between the brows and the cupid's bow. Then I'm just setting under the eye with a banana powder from the Kat Von D contour kit. You always want to set under your eyes so there's no creasing or movement of that concealer. Then we're just going to set the whole face with a translucent powder. This way we're not adding any more coverage, but we are setting the face. I'm also using that Kat Von D contour kit to contour George's pretty little face. You want to do just above the cheekbones, the nose, and around the perimeters of her face. George is doing the kissy face because it does make it easier to find the contour spots. Then I'm just using MAC Give Me Sun to bronze her face. I really like a bronze look, like that orangey tone. I feel like it looks gorgeous, especially with clients with blue eyes. It just brings out the blueness even more. I just love it. Then I'm just using a blush just to quickly pat that over the cheeks. As I said in my last video, I'm not really a blush person, so I just use a little amount. Then I'm just taking my Inglot highlighter and putting it on George's cheekbones, the tip of her nose, the bridge, and the cupid's bow, just to give that like really glowy effect. If you thought we were done with highlighter, you're wrong, because we're going in again with the Becca Moonstone highlighter just to kind of make it smooth. This one's less glittery and more of a shine, and especially for events, you want to be glowing. I'm just taking the MAC Give Me Sun again just to blend that all together. I'm then just taking the same palettes as before and taking a light brown shade under George's eye, just really close to the lash line. We love a smoky look, making sure you still do the same light to dark colors on the eye so it is blended and seamless. You also want to take a black in the waterline as well, just to make it 100% more smokier, and also mascara on the bottom lashes is a must for smoky looks. And then just taking a NYX lip liner and lining George's lips, not really overdrawing them, maybe a little bit on the top, but yeah, just lining them just to create a base for our liquid lipstick and gloss. Then we're just going in with a nude lipstick. I think nude works really well for this look, but you could probably do like a light pink or a red to be extra. As I said in my last video, doing lips on clients is just so funny, especially Georgia, because we just can't take each other seriously, and it's always like, oh my god, look at my tongue, look at my lips, they're so small. they really aren't small, and you can always enhance them by overdrawing, so no lip fillers needed here, kitties. Then we're just going over with the gloss. We love a glossy finish for an event. And yeah guys, this is the finished look. I think it's perfect for an event because it's warm toned and a bit shimmery. Hope you guys like it, and see you in my next video. Bye guys!